Hello YouTube. Today I want to talk about Ra-Horakhty. And Ra-Horakhty was an Egyptian nectar, and it was a composite deity or composite nectar that was made up of Ra and Horus, or Ra and Haru. And basically that deity represented the east and the west, and the east being birth and the west being death. And it's basically, when you put the two together, Ra-Horakhty is the traveling of the sun from the east to the west, and it represents birth and death and resurrection, because every birth is a resurrection. So that is my interpretation of Ra-Horakhty. Uh, this time of the year, a lot of pagans call it imboic, the Christians call it Candlemass, and basically it is the halfway point in the winter, between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. And this time of the year is the return of the sun. And it's the return of warmth. It is the return of the awesome power of the sun. So things start to get lighter because of the light of the sun. The days begin to get longer, and people begin to be a little bit happier. They're out of their houses because it's not as cold as it's been during the winter months, so that's a good thing. And Ra-Horakhty to me is just basically an acknowledgement of the coming days, the coming warmth of the sun. So it's a solar holiday for me. It's a recognition of things will get warmer, things will get better. I mean, winter has its good points too, but I think most people, like myself, enjoy the summertime a little bit more because you get out the house a little bit more. So why not celebrate the sun? Why not celebrate light? Because the sun is one of the most important things up there in the sky. If the sun didn't rise in the morning, we would have some serious issues. So that is how important that the sun is. So it is time to give reverence for the sun. It's a time to give respect for the sun. It is time to know that there's going to be more light than dark. A lot of people still have their Christmas lights up, so you can always gaze into those lights and get power even from the artificial light that's out there. And the reason why people put artificial lights up is so they won't be depressed by all the darkness that's around. Because some people just cannot handle um, days where the night overtakes the day. There's more night than day during this time of the year. But as I said, this is the time where the light starts to overcome the day. So any rituals you can do it in honor of the sun. Do it in honor of the light being more or becoming more dominant during this time of the year. So I call it Ra-Horakhty. That is what I call it. Some people call it imboic. Some people call it Candlemass. In a way, it's all the same thing. It's a recognition of this time of the year being a time that the light starts to overcome the darkness, and the days become longer, and pretty soon it'll be spring and things will start to blossom and to bloom. I remember one ritual that I did with some friends of mine a while back when I used to run a student organization on the campus of Wayne State University called Full Moon Circle. And we did a ritual over a friend's house. And during the ritual, I remember this one girl that I was with. She said, we asked her to say something, in honor of the ritual and in honor of what we were doing. And basically, she said the most perfect thing. She said, spring will come soon. And I was like, that is so simple and it is so true. So this time of the year, that's always what I remember. That voice telling me that spring will come soon. So that is my interpretation of this time of the year. Like I said, some people call it imboic, some people call it Candlemass. I'll call it Ra-Horakhty. All right, until next time, love is the law, peace, and I'm waiting for the sun, as Jim Morrison would say. Uncle Johnson out.